More than one-third of the 147 arts organisations who previously received organisational funding now have no operational funding from the federal government. Not-for-profit writing and literary organisation Express Media is one of these organisations that has lost funding in the latest round of Australia Council grants.
It was quite a shock to hear the news that we hadn't received the funding, and I think we had put so much energy, the staff had concentrated so much of our efforts on that funding application that it was really disappointing and not the outcome that we'd hoped for or expected.
Funding cuts have loomed ever since it was announced that the Australia Council, the official arts funding body of the federal government, will lose $60 million of their budget over 4 years.
We think it's important to strengthen the Australia Council, to work with the Australia Council, which after all in August 2014 announced new strategic objectives. It has been absolutely hampered in carrying forward those new strategic objectives by the reduction in funding and the lack of support from the government.
Working with schools, libraries and community organisations, Express Media delivers writing-based programs for young people, and their flagship magazine VoiceWorks provides youth with publishing opportunities. The loss of funding will now make it difficult for the organisation to support young writers across Australia.
If VoiceWorks and Express Media were to receive less funding in the future, it would mean that we would have less resources in terms of staff members, in terms of being able to actually run and facilitate these programs, in terms of being able to print a magazine, which is pretty expensive, to support and develop young writers.
The Labor Party says they are committed to returning the lost funds to the Australia Council should they win the upcoming election in July. In the meantime, organisations like Express Media must rely upon self-funding in order to continue operating.
We have wonderful arts and creative activity occurring in Australia. What we want is that it continues to flourish, and we think in Labor that there is a role for the Commonwealth Government and a greater role than has been demonstrated by the Coalition.
Chanel Zagon, RMIT News.